And I'm very, very excited about tonight's conversation with our 5-diamond director, Charlie Bolton. For those of you who, I know many of you on the call, I can see in the comments, know Charlie exceptionally well, which is fantastic. But I know there are some brand new people on the call tonight that are meeting Charlie for the first time. Charlie and Alta Bolton globally, they have the biggest near-life business. I did a quick count earlier, Charlie, and in Africa, I think I counted about 21 president's team members in your business in Africa alone. That's not counting your 2-diamond director across in the USA and various other parts of the world. And so Charlie has an amazingly successful business, and he's agreed to join me online tonight to try and convey some of his experience and some of his knowledge through to our near-life distributors. And I know on the call tonight, we have some very experienced distributors. In fact, we've got other president's team members on the call tonight that have built multi-million-dollar businesses. And then we also have some brand new distributors that are just really starting this near-life journey. And the funny thing is, the same activities to build a new business or a small business, the same activities are required to build a big business. And so we're going to try and chip into those a little bit tonight. So Charlie, welcome to this call. It's wonderful to have you with us.
Great. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, going to be fantastic.
I want to start at the very beginning. Let's start at the very beginning. We often talk about the 3 daily success habits, which it's just a very simplistic way of talking about what we have to do. But I know every one of those habits is a skill, and we can spend a whole day training on each one of those habits. But when you get a new person started in this business, and I know you're starting new people in this business all the time, even as a 5-diamond director, which says something in itself, what are the key things that you focus on when starting a new distributor?
Andrew, I might be a little bit different, but I'll tell you the way I look. The first thing I want to find out from them, why do they want to do it? I spend a lot of time on the why, because I find out if I know their reason, I can help them achieve what they want. If I don't know that, to me, that's the starting point, okay? And then next is obviously, we want them to use the products, okay? They go out there and they share the opportunity to share the products and find customers and all that. And so those things are important. They are very important. And I don't think you must be thinking about them. It's almost got to be automatic. See, a lot of people think about talking to somebody or think, no, whenever opportunity arises, that's where you use it. And don't run away from it. We all have many opportunities that you can connect with people. You listen to them, listen to a conversation, and you'll always pick up something there, either financial need or health need or nutritional need. And I think if we become good listeners, we're going to connect with a lot of people and be a lot more successful, quite honestly. I think a lot of us tend to talk too much. When somebody has a need, we want to jump on them. And what I do, if I pick up a need, when I'm going to part company with that person or on the phone or wherever I am, I say, just chatting with you, I think I might have something exciting, something that might be able to help you. Anyhow, I don't have the time right now. And if I don't have your phone number, say, give me your phone number. I'll make contact with you in a couple of days. And I'm out of the way. So I don't give them any information. I get them curious. So by the time I next contact them, they're really curious. They want to know what it is. And they're not that skeptical then, because I'm not contacting them for the first time. We've made that first contact. Now it's the second time. And that's the way I go about it. Andrew, no, yeah, carry on.
I was going to say, that's such an important point, is patience plays a very important role in this. The fact that you don't get the sale or get the sign up in the first contact, it might happen the second or third or fourth time. That's important to know.
Okay, and what I do when I get a new person started, obviously I work on their why and all that, but to me, the most important thing is that we get some names, right? And I think a lot of times we make a mistake. We get a new person started, and we just leave them out there to the wolves, right? You know, they don't know how to approach someone properly. They've never done it. They don't know how to invite someone correctly. So what I do with them, and I tell them exactly what I'm going to do. I say, look, 80% of the people that you know are not going to join your business, but they will become consumers, right? 20% will join your business. They'd be your business builders, but I want to help you find the 20%. And once we start finding some of the 20%, we're going to move on and help you with 80%. And we're going to help you get some customers. And I do that with them when, you know, when there's well, I'm doing it already, even the lockdown's over, right? But get with them personally, right? When I do that, okay? When I demo the products or whatever. And I like 10 names. And I must just write them down at random. I don't want them to write down names that they think will do the business. I just went alphabetically off their phone, 10 names. I get them down and then I start questioning them. Number one, how old are they? Are they married? Are they single? Do they have children? Are they dreamers? Are they hard workers? And I find out a little bit about each one of those 10. And the reason I'm doing that, it's like a pre-interview. I'm looking for 2 of them that we're going to approach. I'm not going to approach the 80%. Now, if I just left that new person of mine to go out there and do what they want to do, they're going to get blown out the water with 80% because they won't know how to approach them properly. They won't know what the answers and questions and all that. That's why I'd like to help them with that. And even with those 2 that we find, we could have a 3-way call and we're going to show this person the approach. I say, look, this is what you've got to say to that person. And I'll tell them however I've picked up there, what you've got to say. And when you get to the point that they're open to look at a way to make more money, you say, look, I'm brand new, but I want to pass the phone over to someone who can give you more information. When it comes back to me, then I say, I believe you're a winner, you're this, that, whatever I picked up on the interview, right? And then we got a very exciting concept we'd like to share with you. However, I'm not going to be able to do it in a couple of minutes. We'd like to get together sometime when you've got 15 or 20 minutes and we can run through it. I said, does that sound good to you? And the person says, yes. I said, great. Expect a contact from us in a couple of days, right? And then we start setting up appointments. We don't rush it, right? And that's how I go about it. So I want to help a new person sponsor people into their business. And then I will go with them and help them find the customers out of the 80%. And when I can get into their homes, that I'll do by going to demo with their friend, right? And I always like to have a husband around too. I like to use the LDC demo on the husband with the oil. It sorts out the ego. And I have a lot of fun with that. And that's the route that I take with new people because they need to start making profit as fast as possible. They need to see the downlines coming on and their business starting to grow. And then there will be no reason for them to quit. If somebody says that thing will never work, they say, no, it's crazy, it's working. I'm making some money. So it's up to us as the upline to help it happen, because I think a lot of times we just get somebody started and we leave them out there for the wolves. And when you next get hold, they don't want to answer your phone, they don't want to return a call. So that's the way I operate it.
Yeah, it's so important, and I know every one of us has probably been guilty of this, of signing somebody up and just hoping for the best, hoping for them to find their first customer, hoping for them to find their first distributor. And I had a great example of this today with one of my downlines. She was able to find somebody's need, and she's up in Johannesburg, but she had no idea how to invite them. And it was a case of phoning me saying, I've got a person, help me. And so if you have sponsored somebody into your business, that becomes your responsibility to help your new person get their first distributor, get their first customer, and take that responsibility very, very seriously, because we've gotten them into the business. Now it's our job to help them achieve the reasons, the why they join this business. So Charlie, just to move on to another question, we've had over the last 3, 4, 5 months, as a company, we've become even more relevant, where people want good nutrition. We've been able to answer that calling, but more and more people have been turning to a home-based business like ours. And so we've had this incredible influx of people joining Neolife with a hope for a better future, to secure their future, to achieve their goals and their dreams, to plug that income that they might have lost because of COVID-19. And they've been in this business for 3 or 4 months. And maybe they have spoken to all the people on their names list that you mentioned. Maybe they have found a few customers. They've done the 80-20, 20% of their name list has joined their business. So they've got a few distributors, but they feel like they've come to the end of the road. They've run out of people to talk to. What do you tell these people? What do you do with them? They feel like they're stuck.
Andrew, quite honestly, I think we all go through that in the beginning.
Yes.
I had no friends or family join this business for the first 8 months. But I wasn't going to quit. I had to find a way to contact with strangers and just associates, people who barely knew me, and start building the business like that. So that's the route, I'd say, because you need to start learning to talk with people. Don't be pushy. If you, as I said, just keep listening. When this lockdown's over, you might be in a mall, you might be in a queue for a checkout or whatever. And I don't talk to everybody, but you meet positive people and just be open to listen to them. And as I said earlier, don't rush it, don't push it, but you've got to be out there all the time. It must be forever. It's just got to, and once you get to the stage that you love doing it and love helping people and love seeing people get hope in their eyes and benefiting from a product or benefiting from opportunity, you'll change your mind on that one and you'll be prepared to talk to a lot more people. But initially, I understand it could be a barrier. I was dead scared in the beginning, because everyone I phoned blew me out of the water, and eventually I didn't want to phone any more people. And Alta said, Charlie, you've got to phone, we've got a meeting tonight, And she kept pushing me. And that eventually got it going. Today, I love talking to people. I love making contact. It's just, I don't think about it. It's natural.
Yeah. And I think if we look at all of our leaders, their best results and their most successful distributors have come from people that they didn't know when they joined the business, that they met along the way. And you've mentioned that skill a couple of times, is we have to become very good at listening. And when we meet people, it's not trying to tell them what we want them to hear. It's about asking questions and listening to them. And I know for the new distributors, I wish we could give you a formula to say, this is how you go and meet all these new people. But I'm afraid it's going to take some creativity. If you are a Neolife distributor, you're going to have to figure out, how are you going to meet new people? Charlie mentioned that you have to put yourself out there in various situations, which you will enable you to meet new people. But not only that, you're going to have the courage to step out of your comfort zone and say, hi, how are you doing? Whether it's in a queue or it's at a sports club. And what I've always found amazing is this terrified the life out of me, meeting new people. But what I have started to realize is that when we reach out and we make the initial connection with people, people are amazingly receptive when you are friendly to them and very open to chat. And okay, so we meet new people, we find out their need, we introduce them to our product, or we introduce them to our opportunity. I know anybody who's been in our business for more than 5 minutes would have come up against some sort of objection. It's too expensive. Is it one of those scams? How do you handle objections?
Andrew, I find once I've shown my business or spoken about it, most objections are, I don't understand. And that's where I want to give them more information. I say, I'm not sure if you understand this fully what I'm trying to share with you. I said, I'd like to send you this or send you that. When will you have a look at it? When can I get back to you? And I think it's important. Most objections, look, most people out there, unless they've got a massive ego, you know, it keeps it, doesn't want to show people they broke, you understand, or something like that. But most people out there would be open, right? If you approach them the right way, right? And that, you know, even talking to friends, you know, I often use referrals. If somebody asks me to phone me, just a friend, I say, you know, I'm into something very exciting. Do you perhaps know of anyone who would be open to look at a way to increase the income over and above what they're doing? And you could get a name. And then you could call that person and say, look, I've got your name from so-and-so. And I'll ask them a question. If they're open, we eventually show them a plan, but I will not sign them up under myself if somebody else gave me the name. That's when I'll get that other person started first. Hey, we've got some of your friends who gave me the name. They're interested. They want to get started. Let's look at you now. So I do that a lot.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, and objections are, it's something which you find that you can't talk your way through. You often, if somebody's got an objection and you try and argue your way through that objection, it never works. And so you ask questions, as Charlie says, it's a lack of understanding, and try and get to the bottom of what is their understanding and ask questions. And I know of somebody, my parents actually sponsored them, and they went Sapphire Director in the USA last month. And he was incredibly skeptical. And he says he thought it was one of these things. And, you know, it's a scam, it's a pyramid. He had a massive objection. And what overcame that objection is when Rory asked him, he said, okay, so how long have you been working in your current job for? And it was 15 years. And he said, okay, well, let's add another 15 years onto that. Will you be where you need to be? And he was ridden with debt and many other challenges financially. And just by asking that question, it helped him overcome that objection. And so your objections are part of business, not only our business, every single business that operates. And being able to overcome these objections, you know, very often when people say to us, it's a cost challenge, they might say it's too expensive. You know, the bottom line is they don't understand the value of our product. And so we need to maybe roll up our sleeves a little bit and be able to communicate more value to them rather than saying to them, it's not expensive. Rather get them over that challenge by communicating the value that you're offering them. And then, you know, we speak about the 3 daily success habits: using the product, sharing the product and the opportunity, and the third habit, personal development, which often does become the most important very often. And what do you teach your new distributors, or what do you do with them, or get them to focus on to make sure that they are growing and learning and capable of overcoming the obstacles that they're going to face?
I'll get there now, and I think on that objection thing first, maybe I'd like to add, a lot of times I'll agree with them. I'll say, you know, when I got started, this is what I thought. But eventually I had clarity, and I had no more doubt about it. You see, so never disagree, agree and outweigh if you have a genuine story. It mustn't be fake. They'll soon read right through you. So that's what it is. Now, Andrew, I really believe when a new person gets started, the most important thing is personal development. We do it in our business. I do it on webinars right now. I've got a new group on Tuesday nights, and we're working through positive books. Some of the books are ebook or whatever, and we use a chapter each and every week, right? And they got to share with us, with a group, what they've applied out of that. And we work together like that. Because you've got to develop personally. Not, you know, I was rough when I got started. You know, some of the positive books I didn't even understand. You know, they were like French to me, right? Some of the books that we were told to read those days. And I think one just got to get to the stage where you decide, because your business will never outgrow you. So if you don't personally develop and work on yourself, your people skills, how to win friends, all kind of skills you can pick up. There are a lot of books on ebook and all that you can get information from. And once you start growing, your business will grow. But I always tell people, your business will never outgrow you. So personal development to me is a major major issue in this business. You know, it helps your thinking, it keeps you positive, it helps you overcome difficulties and challenges. It gets you to the stage where nothing is bad. You see, a lot of things happen to me that some people might perceive to be bad, but they're not bad. Everything that happens is good, and then I look for the good in it. Yeah. And there's plenty of good. Once you start looking for the good, your whole attitude is looking for good, not for the bad. So that's important.
Absolutely. From my personal experience, when I started out in this business, you know, I would tell myself, you know, I'm not good at meeting people. This is difficult. This is hard, and all these things. And you know, through personal development, what I really learned, and was one of the major overcoming obstacles for me, was in life you're going to get what you focus on. So if you are constantly, if you say everybody is objecting to your product or business, you're going to get more of that. If you focus on everybody needs my product, everybody is looking for the opportunity that I have to offer, you're going to get more of that. And that is a lot of personal development, is where the mind goes, your reality is going to follow. And I think it comes down to one statement, which is be teachable. And if you are new on this call, and we've been able to communicate to you how important personal development is, I just want to encourage you to start that journey. And it requires time. It requires discipline. You might have to spend 15, 20 minutes before you start your day or at the end of the day, but it's going to require time. If you don't know what to read or what to watch, get in touch with your upline leader, and they can give you a whole host of books that you can start to read. But I know, for many of our leaders, they've gotten to the point that if somebody is not prepared to grow personally, then they can't afford to give that person their time, because they know that their business will have limitations. And just while I talk about personal development and growth, for the Southern African distributors on the call, on the 21st of October, we are doing an event with Rico Brown, who is just a fantastic trainer in our business. And this is what we call a qualified senior manager training. You need to qualify to get onto this training. And to qualify, you need to do 250 points yourself personally, over 1,000 points in your team in the month of September. Okay, so we've got a week left of the month. Push hard, 250 points, over 1,000 points. We'll get you access into this event. Or you can qualify for this event by personally sponsoring 2 people in the month of September. Okay. And then the second event I just want to mention is on Saturday, the 3rd of October. Next Saturday, we are having our Southern African convention, virtual recognition convention. Because we didn't have convention this year, we are going to be getting online, where we are going to be recognizing our top distributors. We're going to be hearing from our top distributors. We're going to be dialing in our CEO, Kendra Brasfield, all the way from San Francisco. And on top of that, we are launching one of the most exciting products to hit this region in probably a decade or beyond. So don't miss that on the 3rd of October. And Charlie, just to close off tonight, is there any closing message that you would like to pass on to our distributors?
Well, Andrew, before we go further, I think it's important that everyone starts dreaming again, starts getting excited about the future, and start believing that you can. I think that's the biggest thing we need to overcome, is believe we can. And the person who showed the plan to me was not the sponsor, but one thing he said to me, well, I'll never forget, and none of my school teachers ever said that to me. He said, you can do it. And that's one thing I never forgot. He said, you can do it. It's such a simple thing, a couple of words. And I think a lot of times new people need that. You can do it, okay? And anyone can do it. God put within us the abilities to do these things. And the next thing I want to encourage people, you need to have, Andrew's spoken a bit about it, have a positive self-talk. You really got to talk things into existence. Things that you don't see now, you talk them into existence. And I talk it all the time. I've got a self-talk. I say I'm a fully qualified 5-diamond director by the miracle power of Jesus Christ. It's not by me. That's where I draw my strength from. But I say it 100 times a day. And that's when it happens, I know where it comes from. It's not me. So that's important. The next thing I want to share with people is Neolife. You know, we've been involved in this business over 47 years. It's going into our 48th year now. And there's no business with ethics like this. I defy anyone to show me anything better. Neolife has got longevity. The CEO that we've got now, Kendra, is incredibly sharp and good, obviously guided by her dad. And, you know, these products are just absolutely fantastic. You know, I've never had a challenge with these products. They work. You know, or you can go right through Africa. Our products work. We don't sell products, we sell results. And I think people need to understand that. I defy you to show me any company out there, nutritional company or not, that has the kind of products we have, food-based products, organic, GMO-free, that work. Okay, and that's exciting. And I want to share with you as we lead. You know, Neolife, our whole mission is to help make the world a healthier and a happier place. But that's up to us. Number one, we need to look healthier, and we need to look healthier, happier, and then we can attract other people. And I challenge you, let's go out there and all of us join hands together and let's accomplish that flag. I believe we can touch millions of lives all over the world through this opportunity. And not only at that same time, you will ensure a financial future next to nothing, right? You could never compare what could happen, right? So let's go out there and let's go and touch lives of people, put ourselves out of it, put our egos out of it, and go and uplift people. God bless you, and thank you very much.
Fantastic, Charlie. Hey, everybody, I hope that was of value to you. Charlie, thank you for pouring out your heart and your knowledge to us. We so appreciate that. We wish you and Alta lots of love. And to all of our South African distributors on the call, happy Heritage Day to you tomorrow. And yeah, we can leave you with one message tonight. You can do it. God bless you all and good night. Thank you very much.
Thanks.